If you were old enough to watch a TV show about friends in a bar in the 80s, you know why it's great to go where everyone knows your name. This is the case with our next guest and her gym, Delta Life Fitness. She's going to tell us how the business went from an outdoor boot camp to what it is today and why building community around a brand gives it staying power. Firefighter's wife, Delta Life member, 80s rock star, Rebecca Pickard, everyone.
Hello.
You are rocking the neon. Can I just say that?
Thanks.
So tell us how Delta got started. I know you said it was like an outdoor.
Yes, it started outdoors in a park.
So it was a boot camp.
Yes, total boot camp style. It actually was women and men at that time too. And then it just, multiple things. Obviously, it was not me that created it, but they, just saw the need of, women needing that community, and childcare was a huge thing as well. And then just really, they're just inventors, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm.
They just saw kind of things coming before they even actually came, like the whole boutique fitness.
Yeah.
So they've always, it went to warehouse after that. After the park, went to the warehouse, more geared towards women, obviously with childcare as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's now gone to franchise and just boutique fitness in general.
What does boutique fitness mean exactly?
It's mainly the experience that you get when you come in. So like our cold towels that we have, and it's...
Wait, explain cold towels, because
Okay,
that sounds, from a person who doesn't go to the gym, that sounds terrible.
Right.
Everyone wants warm out of the dryer towels. So explain why we would want cold towels.
So after you have sweated very much,
Okay.
after your workout, they're infused with essential oils too, so it's a nice smell after your workout, and really just to help you like cool down after the workout is done.
So boutique is like the details.
It's the details, the small things, the nice. It's not outdoors. It's cooler. Sorry, when you want it to be. It's a little bit warmer if we want it to be. We have the obviously adjustment of temperatures, and then I guess just the people too in here, I think, is what is like the core of Delta Life. You walk in and you feel welcomed. We don't want you to feel out of place or
it's not intimidating.
Yes,
yeah.
Intimidated at all.
No, it's not. And that's when I first started coming. I was an athlete my whole life, and I had been inactive-ish for a while. I mean, I surf, but surf isn't constant here.
Sure.
And was not feeling strong. I just wasn't feeling fit. I was also doing some wine tasting wine tasting. Yeah, I was demoing wine, but tasting the wine myself a lot.
Yes.
And so I gained like 20 pounds. And I literally prayed, God, send me a free gym trial. And then I got a text that somebody had referred me to your gym. And I was like, okay, doesn't matter where this gym is, I'm going to go check it out. And it turns out it's only about 20 minutes from me, even though it's in Pace and I'm in Pensacola.
Right.
And as soon as I came in and I learned about some of the community aspects, like the Christmas party in pajamas, the little black dress party for those who meet their goals. There's goals and affirmations like all over the walls and the windows. And people are like high-fiving each other at the end of the workout. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a Mary Kay gym. So how did you get involved in it then?
Actually, it was a neighbor of mine. We were both stay-at-home moms, and she found it first. I'm thankful for that. And I went for my birthday, and it was really at a time to where I was just had my second child, and I was not feeling like my normal self, and just really wasn't able to lose the weight. So I'm like, all right, I need something, and scared to death when I went to go into that first class, but went and loved it, fell in love with the place, and then really it was probably maybe almost a year in to where I was just like, I just need to be a part of this some way or the other. I actually started out in the childcare, helping out in the childcare area, just to be a part of it. And then probably another 6 months or so went by, and then a manager actually position opened. And I was like, oh, I've never been an actual manager before. But I'm like, you know what? I just had to be a part of it. I knew how it changed my life and, how it changes everybody around me in the gym. So I was like, I went for it, and the owners at the time just saw something in me and just worked out.
How did you go from that to owner?
Again, another thing, I say it's all God because I don't know.
Yeah.
While I was managing it, I was able to, I do believe that I'm really a coachable person, and I do, take that feedback that I need and changes and stuff like that. And the owners at the time helped, tremendously with that. And really just I was able to help them bring the gym from about 80 members to up to 200 members. And it was, I guess they just saw that in me as well. And they were starting, at that time, it was starting to become big time franchise, and they needed to focus really on building their brand more, the franchise more. And they ended up moving back home in Texas, and they were told that they needed to sell their gym. And so same thing, because with Delta Life too, it's like your baby. The gym is like your baby. So it was hard for them to let go, but they just really just came to me and was like, I think you'd be great at it. And I was like, I don't know. I've never even thought about owning a business. So it was just crazy. I don't know.
So how did that feel, going from stay-at-home mom to business owner of a business with over 200 members and several coaches? How did that feel?
Overwhelming, I guess you'd say at first.
I mean, you saying that at least makes me feel better, because
right.
I'm like, if you give me some fluff answer right now, I'm going to unfriend you.
I know, right?
It's just beautiful. Everything's
so
great.
So easy.
I just wake up and it just flows together. Yeah. No, good. I'm glad you were overwhelmed.
Right. It was a huge transition. And I guess, let's see, my boys were about 4 and 6. What were they? 6 and 4, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. So they were young too. So it was hard, but it actually was great in a sense too, because I'm able to bring them with me to work. So I still kind of had that mixture of being able to do a lot of things with them and be there for them, but also the stress of a business.
Yes. But we grow under pressure. So
this is very true.
I always say it's better to be a little bit overwhelmed than underwhelmed. Underwhelmed really sucks.
Right.
Because it's just
boring.
It's boring, and you feel depressed and you don't know what to do next. Overwhelm, It's just a matter of getting the thoughts in line and deciding who gets to be at the front of the line. At least that's what's going on in my mind all the time. I think it's interesting that you came in your first time and you were really fearful of the experience. That must give you a really good perspective on how new members feel.
Yeah.
And the building of the community around the brand so that people do feel at home. So it's not just a plug and play situation with, intimidation with equipment and maybe people and that sort of thing. So have your steps towards building that community been intentional, or was that something that just happened kind of accidentally?
I would probably say accidentally, because I do just every person that I do hire here too, they've got to love Delta Life Fitness, and they've got to be that personable person and really truly care about other people. And I think we have that in every single one of our ladies here that work here. No, I guess it would accident, trying to just be myself and love everybody, and also being able to have those people around me as well, so they can help spread that throughout the.
So it's a little intuitive. So maybe accidental isn't the right word.
Yeah, I guess so.
So what's next for Delta Life as far as growth and franchise and community?
Franchise is exploding. They're actually they made it to the top 100 franchises throughout the state. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
In the whole U.S.?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
They're actually, just this last week, I was really sad because I wasn't able to take a picture with them, but they all took a picture in Texas for a cover of a magazine that's coming out pretty soon, too.
No
So,
way.
big
Okay.
things.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So are you the only Delta in this area, in the Panhandle?
There's one in Jacksonville,
Okay.
and then there's another one. There's a newer one coming up. I can't remember where.
But there used to be some here, like other sides of
correct.
town, right? And
Right.
so are those no longer associated? Are they no longer existing? What's the deal?
Yeah, no longer existing. They were, darn it, what's the word? They were not part of the franchise. They were licensing. That's what
Yeah.
yes. So they were licensing before. So there are a couple that are no more.
But now it's just this
It's-
one. Are
it's
you going to
completely-
open
yeah.
another one?
We want to, yes.
Where?
We were
Can you
thinking-
tell me?
Yeah. We really want to do either 5 Points.
Oh,
Probably.
yeah. Yeah.
'Cause
Wait, you're not
it's
going to come to
exploding up there.
Pensacola?
Well, yeah.
Well.
Our territory, I don't think, I don't think we're all the way. We have a certain territory that we have. And I don't think it extends to Pensacola.
Well, I think you have a great community here in Pace, and I love my Pensacola people, but I really have fallen in love with the women in Pace.
Mm-hmm.
So they just are really, really warm. When it comes to the type of woman that comes to the gym, is there like you know how every business has a target demographic?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have like a target demographic in your mind of who Delta Life is for?
Yes. It's kind of, you know what's funny is recently, I would say within the last 6 months or so, it's actually gone to older women.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, we do have some older women, but it's anywhere from 18 to I would say about 60. And we have every age range in between. So it is usually when we're targeting.
Yeah.
You're
You're not gym snipers, everyone. It's just
It's usually that age range.
it's what
From 18 to about
I mean, that's a big age range.
50. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's crazy that we literally have all in between here.
I've noticed it's all fitness levels too. Like there's women in here that maybe have competed in bikini competitions, or at least they look like they should
Right.
do that. I'm like, dang, sis, look at them delts. Okay. And then you have women that are really using the modified exercises every single time that they're in the gym, and they're just starting their fitness journey.
Right.
So, how does, from a fitness perspective, and you not coming from like a physical fitness education background, how do you as a franchise owner accommodate such a huge range of fitness skills?
I would say it's really the headquarters franchise, like the CEOs and the program development and everything. That's what they want to be geared towards women in general, not just us one single type of person, not just moms, not just, teenagers, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. So it's just following what they set out, and they
Yeah.
have that fitness expertise to
Yeah.
help you guys.
Yep.
Because even if you have an injury, I noticed that they accommodate that, because I'm always getting injured. Not here, everyone, but but I just, I always
Surfing incident.
Surfing, and then if I just sleep on my shoulder wrong or something. So, and the coaches are always like, okay, here's your modification, and I'm doing something totally different.
Right.
Which is great, because half the time I can't follow instructions. So when the coach gives her verbal instructions through her Madonna microphone, and I'm not paying attention, and I'm looking at somebody else, and they're maybe doing it slightly wrong, and then I do it even more wrong. So everyone listening, if you come visit Delta Life, do not follow me, because I'm usually doing my own thing.
What's bad is I do the same thing, and
I can't follow
I'm the owner.
instructions.
But my thing is I come in and I'm talking to people. I'm not listening. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah. But that's, again, part of that community that you've built, which is so neat. Is that something that corporate gives you too, tips on how to build the community?
Yeah, they will. And it's really one of our core values too, is being positive and being encouraging. That's like one of the major core values. And you go to any Delta Life Fitness and it's going to be that way. You walk in and you're just going to feel like you've known these people forever.
So it's not something that when people come on board as an employee, you're having a meeting and going, how to build community 101. Step 1, learn the person's name. So
Well, I mean, that is step 1. We do.
It is
yes.
literally step 1. But are you saying it's more just part of the built-in culture and not a part of like
Yes.
some strategy? Obviously, I'm pretty pragmatic, which is why I'm asking these questions. I'm like, no, Rebecca, give me 5 steps to build community around a brand. But that's not what you're saying.
No, it is. It's just, yeah, it's built into Delta Life of who we are.
Yeah.
And it's just, to join it, you have to be that. You have to own that.
Yeah. So it's more organic in that way. And by being that, you attract that.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
a person coming into Delta to be a coach, for example, is either a fit or not a fit.
Yeah.
So even from like a person coming as a member, you're either a fit or not a fit probably.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm an
Yeah.
introvert. So like, I don't love always like the like little small talk, but I love people, and which is
Yeah.
why I'm the curious introvert, because
Yeah.
my FOMO drives me to want to know about people. I'm like, no, really, who are you? Okay, don't talk to me anymore. No, just kidding. But it's really a really welcoming environment, and I've been pleasantly surprised by that. It's been great.
Yeah.
So, what are some, if you were going to tell someone, like debunk something, what's something people misunderstand about your industry?
I would say people think that, I mean, I guess I can't speak for the industry in whole, but
Your business.
my business, Delta, my little Delta Life Fitness here.
Your little Delta baby.
Yeah. I totally lost what I was going to say.
What people misunderstand?
Oh, yes. Oh, so that you have to be fit. Like you have to be fit to be able to come in. I can't do that because I've never worked it out a day in my life. Or there's the other extreme of, it's just for women. That's
So
not hard
therefore,
enough.
it's not hard enough.
Yes.
Oh.
So I think we've got those two extremes.
I think you're probably right. And we debunk that when we have the spouses visit day.
Yes.
And the spouses come visit
That
and
is when
they
their
work
eyes are
out.
opened.
And then they're like, oh, dang, this is legit.
We usually try to do a lot of legs too that day because men usually don't.
They never do legs. So I wanted to share with you some tips on building community around a brand. So I thought of these just based on my experience, but I'd love for you to chime in on what you think or add to it. So the first one is set the table. Make spaces for people to be together. Online might be it might be a private Facebook group, which you have, but be sure the settings allow the members to comment, because I've been a part of online communities where the administrator doesn't allow anyone to comment and then wonders why no one's engaging.
Right.
Well, there you have it. And then in real life, opportunities to gather around a shared activity that relates to your brand. So like, the Christmas party, and we're all here and everyone brings food. So great. The second tip I had for that was don't make yourself the gatekeeper. And you guys are so good at this. If every member of your organization goes to you, let's say, for the question, then they're less likely to build relationships with the other members. So instead, you empower others to empower others.
And I guess you would say almost like networking too. Like you have to, and then, but in a personal sense, like being able to want to put yourself out there too. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I think so. Where it's not you just one contact person, but instead
Right.
it's a wider web of
Yes.
people that.
Because you can get comfortable with just one person too. But once they do, I think that happens a lot here too. They come in, they're really introverted, and then we kind of help push either the member or an employee here. Same thing. Try to push them out. Oh, have you met so and so? Or like our game nights too. Those are always good.
I don't think I've been to a game night.
Oh, you should come. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm really
Let
competitive.
loose. I was going to
so
say,
watch out.
and it depends on if you're competitive, so kind of let loose there.
Yeah. And then the third is naming your community. So like Star Trek has Trekkies and Harry Potter has Potterheads. And my listeners are the Curiositors. So since having that sense of tribe gives you a belonging, and I noticed that y'all it's like your Delta sisters.
Right.
And so you have that sense of belonging, that
Yeah.
sense of tribe too, that you belong to.
Yeah, a sisterhood. And it's welcome to anybody. And
Yeah.
I feel like everybody here is that way too.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I love that, it gives opportunities for, women who, maybe because of their religion or their culture, they're not permitted to be around men. Like we had the woman in the hijab who would come and exercise. And I thought, wow, that's so cool that she has a place where she can come in and be comfortable and be fit and be welcome and work out. So
Yeah.
if you were going to give advice to somebody who was wanting to build community around a brand, what advice, if you just had an elevator ride with them, what advice would you give them?
I would really say you do always have to, first of all, like know your why, like know why you are doing this. I want to be able to help women in my community. I know how it changes them spiritually and also physically, obviously. But to really know your why and to always keep that in mind, even in the hard times. And really just being yourself, being, I guess, open. Because I know a lot of people, or ladies, women in general, will kind of put up walls because they will, to not be hurt or, because relationships are hard.
Right.
So I feel like just to be open to that, because especially in business, it is hard. There's a lot of ups and downs. But if you know your why you're doing it deep down inside, and stay true to that, and really just being yourself and opening yourself up to other people, I feel like it just kind of flows, just kind of like how you are. You can just go and talk to anybody, and you're just the sweetest, funniest little thing.
Gee, thanks. And I wrote people in to dress like 80s aerobic instructors and be on my podcast. And
worked out great.
It did work out great. Where can people find Delta online?
Just deltalifefitness.com. We're on Facebook, Delta Life Fitness Pace, and then also on Instagram, Delta Life Fitness Pace.
And in real life, what's your class schedule?
So our classes are as early as 5:15 a.m.
Crazy people.
Not for me.
Crazy people.
And then we have some mid-morning classes, 8:15, 9:15, and then we have our evening classes starting at 4:30, and then the last class is at 6:30.
And Saturdays?
Saturdays are our 8:30 class.
8:30 class. Okay.
And we break on Sunday
Yes.
because everybody needs a break.
Everyone needs a break. And there's free childcare at all those, right?
Yes.
Or all but one?
Everyone except for the 5:15, which
Okay.
I don't think anybody would bring their child that early.
I hope not. Yeah, exactly. Well, this has been great. Thank you so much. That's a wrap. High five. Woo.